Let's take a quick look at this course map. This is from AKC Nationals. Round one, this is a jumper's run. So you see the dog starting off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dog has a choice here at 7. So handlers had two different ways that they could handle this jump right here at 7. And the question that we're asking ourselves here is which way is the faster way? Not necessarily which way is going to give you the better, easier, more probable correct entry for the weave poles. So we're just looking at speed here. There's a couple of factors to consider as the dog's coming 4, 5, 6, and in towards 7. You can see that the dog will have an easier time if they head toward what I would call the outside here, because if you compare this to the inside wrap, the dog has to cross their own path. And so anytime that a dog is coming this way and crosses their own path, it's a longer, more difficult maneuver than if they just have to make a turn here. Okay, so that gives an advantage to coming to the outside. And that's when you consider where the dog is coming from. That is jumps 5 and 6. Now when you take a look at where the dog is going to, that's the next interesting part. So you see if you take the inside wrap, and so you come this way here, and you take a look at the dog's line, you see that there's no way to get the weave entry in the dog's line. So you can't take the jump and hit the weave entry. So you're going to have to create a second turn here this way. But, at least on paper, you get a nice clear shot here at the weave entry. So again, this is a second advantage now that we have for going to the outside. So the last thing to consider is the difference in distance between the two. And so you're going to compare the distance from here to here. And it looks like the distance here, going again to the outside, is again a little shorter. So we've got three different distinct advantages for going this way. But we had many dogs and many top handlers actually take their dogs this way. And I think we've shown why that way is longer and will add more yardage. But the reason that many of them may very well have done that is because it sets you up to control the weave pole entry. And it turns out dogs that went this way, who went even a little bit wide at all, suddenly developed not a good line toward the weaves, but actually a very bad line kind of toward the second, third, or even fourth weave pole. And so if that happens and your dog goes a little wide here at jump number 7, and now you've got a bad line to the weave pole entry, at some point over this jump you're going to have to turn your dog away from you, assuming that the handler is here on the inside of this set of jumps. So that was the challenge part on this course. This is a side-by-side comparison from round 1 of the AKC National Agility Championship. This is the 26-inch height class. Here on the left side we have the winner of round 1. This is Pace, Border Collie. And on the right we have myself with a golden retriever named Gitchi. We've synced the dogs up here 3 jumps before the weave poles because we have a choice here at this jump. So the handlers have the option of taking their dog and wrapping this way, or coming back and going this way. And it sets the dog on 2 different lines for the weave pole entries. And we had a lot of missed weave pole entries with handlers who took the line to the outside, and handlers who were a little more conservative and took their dogs on the inside wrap this way were able to be more successful getting their dogs into the weaves. So let's take a look at comparing the two paths here. So as we go through, you see on the left that Pace is going to wrap to the inside, and I'm going to rear across here on the right, taking Gitchi to the outside. And you can see they're on 2 very different approaches to the next jump. So over here on the right, Gitchi's going to take it this way, and Pace is going to be more in this direction. So Pace is going to take a right turn to the weaves. Gitchi is actually, in order to get the entry, going to have to go slightly to the left, and because of this, she misses the weave entry, and a lot of dogs did this. But one thing that you can see here is that Gitchi gets to the weave poles first. And it's not that close. So Pace here, you have a larger, faster dog. And so the route that we've taken, Gitchi gets her there first, but the weave pole entry is more difficult. You see her enter here at the second pole. The difference that we're looking at is probably in the neighborhood of, let's have a look here, probably 1/4 of a second, somewhere between 2/10 and 3/10 of a second. And let me run it back for you one more time in slow motion. And there you have it.